Hello, welcome back, Smite fans. We are here with our last game of the week. Team Pandemonium up one game on Royalty. If they win this game, they will have won 4-0 over them on the season and got themselves the number one spot in the standings. Alpha Jackal, a lot kind of went wrong with Royalty's execution last game. What do you think they need to change up in the picks and bans, if anything?
Well, they had the option this time of choosing first or second pick. First pick didn't really work out for them. I wanted to see second pick spice it up a bit and maybe puts Royal Custard back on something more comfortable into the jungle. He didn't really look too comfortable there with the Wheelix pick.
All right, so speaking of picks and bans, let's go ahead and get them started up here in just a second. And yeah, as you mentioned, Pandemonium with that first pick option here in this game. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Jingwei first pick for them here. I thought they might try to do something like that last game. I ended up being a bit surprised when they were second pick.
Well, I don't think they are going to pick up the Jingwei. Maxon had such great success on that Izanami. I can see them picking that one up again. Geb going to be the first ban away by Pandemonium. I wouldn't say that's a throwaway ban. I would just say that's something so they let a high value pick through, guaranteed.
And yeah, the Geb, not being banned, I guess they just. I actually surprised by that. Thought for sure we'd seen Geb banned before. Raijin banned away as well as the Susano here. So the Raijin, Pandemonium don't want to. So what this says to me is that the Pandemonium are not looking to pick up Raijin first, so they just don't want Shank to get it with their first two picks.
Freya taken off the table. No Freya there for Maxon. There's a fair bit left open. Like Terra is definitely left open for either team to pick. I want to see that picked up first here by Pandemonium.
Well, we get the Terror.
Asking you shall receive, I suppose.
There you go.
Richard Castle on Terra. Not the first time he's played this support, but it does fit his style. Like, very supportive Guardian that can then go aggressive and do a lot of damage when needs be. Has just a lot of healing in the kit with that Monolith. But I've said it before in the picks and bans, put Roller Coaster on something comfortable. They've done that with this Alkwang, and they picked up Jingwei as well.
Yeah, so I like the Jingwei. It can go mid or it can go ADC. The Aokwang, I don't know if Royalcast did one on that or it was Trilogy, but Royalcast has definitely done well with it before. Athena and Izanami picked up here, so that Geb ban is starting to make a little bit more sense now. Geb's one of the counter picks kind of to Athena taunt with that Stone Shield.
Was Royal Coaster that one with it when they had Krenzel sub in for the support role and they won a game
Look at
again.
that win percentage on Erlang Shen, 91%. That's insane.
It's a great draft so far from Royalty. They've got high value picks in all the positions. Alkwang in the jungle, Chingwei for the ADC position, and that high win percentage along Shen for the solo lane. On the side of Pandemonium, they've got Athena, Terra, double Guardians to help support this Izanami. They may go in for another Hunter or another basic attack style God to help combo with this for the double Guardian, double ADC meta we saw from Season 2.
It could still be Izanami mid. We've seen that from Alpha Sydney. I don't know if we've seen it from anyone else quite yet. The Janus ban, taking stuff away from Shank. I still reckon though that Jingwei is a flex pick for Royalty. You can go either way. Soul banned out now by Royalty, so they're focused. That's focused towards both Uchida and Max and taking something away from both roles there because they recognize this Izanami can go either mid or ADC.
And again, they recognize that it's a double Guardian, so taking away some of that basic attack pressure is a good thing. The Thor was a massive problem for them last game, so seeing that taken off the table as well, not surprising. Sobek not being allowed to be picked up by Pandemonium through that ban. Royalty option back over to them for their support pickup because they will want to have that solo lane. Oh, they've already picked up the Erlang Shen, but the Fafnir is taken up by Royalty. They managed to get their first and only win with this Fafnir pick, a combination with this Alkwang. Can Lightning strike twice?
I mean, this is the game for them to do it, if any. Just simply because they need it to. Kronos picked up here. Sun Wukong picked up for Kikimi in the solo lane. Roxy with the last pick here. I could potentially see them getting something, another Hunter here because of the coerce coming out of Fafnir, and it is going to be Cupid.
Cupid.
Yeah. We've seen Cupid a couple of times, not really too much success with that pick, but still provides some pressure in lane. And the Fields of Love is a tremendous team fighting ultimate as well.
Cupid. Oh, okay.
Talk me through that
Um,
reaction then. You know, why Cupid dance game? Why are you dance gaming, man?
it's because it was such a good draft, and they needed some big AoE magical damage source from somewhere. They don't have it right now. They have two ADCs with a Fafnir. It's a lot of objective burst and a lot of tower pressure, yes. But outside of that, in the team fights, it's a lot of single target damage against an Athena, against a Terra. And they might not be able to burst the Chronos down in time. Team Pandamonium, they have the double Guardian setup. Both of them can go in for a Witchblade, for a McGuardian Mail. There's so much defensive options to shut down this royalty comp.
And what else is important is that, you know, Team Pandemonium doesn't need to worry too much about magical defense in the early game. They can just build physical defense, and then Royalty are gonna really struggle to do too much damage to them.
Still, it is going to be the row on that Athena jungle. As you said, it's starting to make a reprisal, and it's worked out well so far for the teams that have picked it. I mean, last game, yes, we did see Corvidae lose with it, but it did work when it needed to do.
We're gonna see the Kronos in the ADC position and the Izanami mid. So we've seen, I guess it's a bit of pretty even split here between Izanami mid or ADC. I'll be interested to see how teams, you know, work more with this in the future, and whether she starts to, whether this is just kind of a passing trend because she's new into the meta, or if this is kind of going to be her role in team compositions as one of those flex picks.
Yeah, this could be just the flavor of the month pick, but I see it as a strong pick. Just the amount of control you can bring from the jungle with this Athena. There seems to be two styles of junglers coming out right now. That's the heavy burst junglers like your Thor, your Hombats, the ones who can really make use out of the Hydra's Lament passive, or your more supportive junglers, your ones with CC and setup, like this Athena, and even goes like a Kabrak and Ymir that can do the damage, but also have a lot of CC and control, can fit into that style as well. Right side Harpy's going to get away with Pandemonium. I love
beautiful.
that.
That's beautiful to see. The solo laner brings the fire imps to the walls, the mid and jungle bring the Harpies as close to the wall as they can, and everyone shares the experience.
But it is going to be that Jingwei in the mid lane instead of the Cupid. I don't know, I'd like to have seen the Cupid go into the mid lane. That cripple can really play havoc with what Team Pandemonium's comp really likes to do, especially Richard Castle on the Terra. He wants to dash in to get that monolith into a root.
And we actually saw it a lot last week from Yada on inside. Played a lot of Cupid mid. He played a lot of ADCs in the mid role, but Cupid was one of his main ones. And looking at the Cupid, I'm surprised that the Death Toll boost starts rather than a Transcendent start.
And also, Cupid going up against Kronos, it's a good matchup for Kronos. The second that the Fields of Love and Heart Bomb combination comes down, Maxon has all the time in the world to rewind it. Might not have all the time in the world right now, but he does dash away thanks to good stuff from Hazy. But Maxon, he should have no trouble surviving this lane.
And that's the real trouble with the Kronos, you know, very similar to a Freya, can be that late game carry and do so much damage. And what's more, he's got a good amount of CC in his kit with that stop time, and then the burst damage coming through from the Time Rift a little bit later. It's going to be rough times for Royalty. They're banking on really this Alquang being their huge carry the later this game goes on. But, you know, right now in the early stages, the game belongs to Pandemonium.
Well, we've seen it before that Royalcaster can do a lot of work on this Alquang, so don't sleep on it just yet. But still, Royalty getting out-pressured across the board here. It's not the start that they wanted, but it could be the rotation that they need right now.
The Royalcaster hasn't hit level 5. He's just about there, though. If they get a minion kill here, Baxton actually stunned out, forced to use his Purification. Doesn't have his Rewind available, but pre-level 5. There's no ultimate available for Royalcaster, so they can't overcommit. Ro uses the Defender of Olympus, and now it might be Pandas on the attack here. Ro lays down at the shield wall. Maxon clears the wave, and that's going to be that.
Meanwhile, Cheetah just sat in mid lane getting the free farm of pushing away under tower. Shank still not level 5 because of it. The Cheetah can look to potentially rotate now and catch people off guard. Royal Custard in the invisibility still gets taunted by Ro. Good read.
And Cheetah's flanking around the top side here. Chucks out the slow just to prevent Royal Custard from getting into lane and forces him around towards the back Harpies. It means they're going to lose a couple of minions to the tower here. Some tower damage is going to be done, but more importantly, they're going to lose some golden experience. And they look like they want to invade the speed buff as well.
Yeah, we haven't talked much about the solo lane. It's the Spirit. He needs to try and get rid of this pressure ASAP so he can come over and try and defend this. But with the Wrath online for Ro, there's absolutely nothing that they can do to stop this invade. And he didn't have to use the Wrath with the speed buff, so the blue buff is free for them as well. But they're going to go for the Erlong Shed. The good Knight's Blessing will save him, though.
A Wrath there used by Ro to try and secure the kill. Kikimio stuns out Royal Custard. mid invisibility. Ro knocked up there. Ro actually had a little bit of trouble here, but the rest of his team managed to peel for him. Kiki and Mio doing a lot of damage there with the Jingu Bang and the minions pressuring the tower. It looks like Pandamonium still want to go for this blue buff.
You can see the position for Royal Custard as well. He wanted to go in because he knew Ro was low, but it wasn't low enough for the ultimate form. Suspira is low. Triple knockup from Shank has saved him, though.
Great knockup, but Suspira just needs to leave now. You just need to get out. Target stuff for Kiki and Mio. Dead. But Royal Custard is going to get the kill onto Ro with the execute there, so a 1-for-1 trade thus far. They could find Ochita as well here. Royal Custard comes back in, but he doesn't anticipate the dash coming out from Ochita. Richard Castle's here as well. Kikyomiya doing damage to Royal Custard. They can find this Alquang here. Ochita looking across the wall, hits him with the slow as well. Kikyomiya Tiger Stun, a kill. Another one is on the board for Team Pandamonium.
Suspira overstaying his welcome massively, and he gives 2 kills to Kikyomiya. He was even with him before. He's now 900 gold and a level behind him.
2 levels behind him. Now 2 levels behind him. And, you know, the Erlang Shen was something that bullied Suspira a lot yesterday, but now he's not quite making it work for him. Ro dashes in there towards Suspira's. Kikyomiya is taking this blue buff. Ro just doing his best to kite Suspira away, and Kikyomiya secures the blue buff.
There's 2 different traits of thought to the Erlang Shen solo. You can level up the pin to do a lot of AoE damage and clear the waves, or you can level up your spot weakness to do a lot of basic attack damage to your opponent. I think Suspira's gone in for the pin here, but he really should have gone in for the spot weakness. He's going to be falling down here. Knighthood's Blessing wasted.
So when Team Pandemonium was Avant-Garde, or even the start of the first splits iteration of Team Pandemonium, Ro was very famous for camping solo lane to put his then solo laner Sporks ahead. Now though, with Kikyomiya hasn't really had to do that as much, but bit of return to form there. A lot of action over in the solo lane here for Team Pandemonium.
Well, he's on this Athena, so if he needs to go over to a different lane, he could be there on a moment's notice with the Defender of Olympus. Still on cooldown for the next 48 seconds. But it's just this global pressure coming out from this jungle. You could be having a fight over on the duo lane with Athena in solo, and all of a sudden Athena's now in duo lane, killing you as well.
Alright, taking a look at our graphs. 4,200 experience, 2,700 gold is the damage going the way of Team Pandemonium. So, very comfortable early here. Suspira, a good flank here. Ochita forcing dash away. 2-man taunt from Suspira. Still great ultimate though from Ochita. 3-man caught in that one. Royal Custard nowhere to run. And Ro picks himself up a kill. He dashes in. He's looking now for that is Hazy. Suspira here as well. Suspira falls down. Ro with a double kill. Maxon's rotated over. Doesn't catch anyone with the stun, but does clear the wave.
That was an amazing Dark Portal from Ochita. They just all grouped up Royalty, and 3 of them got hit by that massive damage and silence ability. Cupid and Max has still not made their rotations just yet. Hazy is low. Shank is even lower. Still stood in that crushed monolith though, taking so much damage. Forced to go back to base as well as Hazy.
And look, another speed buff invade.
And look, the rewind was forced as well as the Fields of Love. Maxon in control of this lane as well. Half health is the Cupid, and Pandemonium, it looks comfortable for them.
Legoris just needs to get under his tower. Okay, now I thought Ro might have been rotating over with Richard Castle to try and pick up Legoris, since basically his ultimate and one of his kind of big offensive and defensive tools was down. Maxon gets a stun down onto Legoris, but I thought Ro was going to make that rotation to try and pick up Legoris.
And Ro's got a sort of different style of build than I thought he would do. If you're playing something like an Athena there for the setup and there for a bit of damage as well, yes, the penetration coming out from the Dynasty Plate Home is good, but then going into something like Shoes of Focus for cooldown for more taunts and more Defenders of Olympus would have been what I expected, but instead the Shoes of the Magi allowed him to basically one-shot people with his shield wall.
Well, when you think about it, there's not that much early game magical damage coming through for Team Pandemonium. Maxon's doing some damage here with the Doom Wall, but he's only at half stacks. Not the greatest amount thus far, and also Maxon's not really rotating into these fights. So, kind of exploiting a weakness at the moment on Royalty in terms of a lack of magical defense with his penetration boots.
Speaking of weakness, though, Gold Fury going to be started up, and this is the strength of Royalty's comps. They can do the Gold Fury as quickly as possible, but Maxon in the backside is going to be safe from Royal Custard as Ochita gets a kill onto Shank, and what could have been a great Gold Fury call has gone horribly wrong here for Royalty.
And that's really been the tale of these games so far. Hazy just standing still, recognizes he's dead. Red buff going to be taken away by Team Pandemonium, and I expect the Gold Fury as Kikyomiya somersault clouds in onto Spira and picks up the kill.
Tier 1 on the right hand side is already gone. He's diving to Tier 2 8 minutes in. If last game was comfortable for them, this one's even worse.
This one's relaxing even. getting some good smite game out. Gold Fury already under 25% HP, and Pandamonium secure it with the Wrath, a nice amount of gold in their pocket. 9,000 experience, 6,000 gold, all in favor of Team Pandamonium.
Experience difference, 9,800. Gold difference, 6,300 when we take a look at the graphs. Nearly 9 minutes in. I mean, if this was 27, 28 minutes in, you would expect, okay, this is still an even-ish game. They can come back from this. But 9 minutes in, and it's already 6,000 gold behind. That is a death sentence.
And all of their buffs have been taken away. Speed buff was taken away. Kiki Amir has taken the blue buff away. Spirit could look to take this one, but Kiki Amir is more than happy to fight him. He's 5 levels above him. Tiger Stun comes out. Master's Will as well. Jingu Bang doing damage to Spirit, already 50% HP.
And it's just forcing Royalty away. They can take these trades to get banded winning because they have the heal coming out from Richard Castle and that Monolith. Kiki Amir again diving tower, again getting a kill, and again rotating to steal some buffs.
Look, he forced out the Defender of Olympus and the Somersault Cloud, so that's positive. He forced out 2 ultimates.
But he's level 9 and he forces out 2 ultimates just to kill him. He loses his jungle as well. I don't know if that's worth now.
Speed buff being taken away as well by Ro, and it's all looking pretty detrimental at the moment for Royalty. Royal Custard not really having that much of an impact, bar the first blood onto Ro.
Well, this is
quiet.
exactly how you shut down an Alquang, is you invade his jungle early and you stop him getting online. But Kiki Amir gonna get executed here. He may be behind in experience and gold, but he is still an Alquang.
And that's the positive side of having an Alquang, is that you always have that execute available.
Yeah, pretty much. But whilst they got a kill over this right-hand side, left-hand side still gripped up its Pandamonium as they get a 3-man push on this left-hand side tier 1. Trying to group up again, though, on Royalty to get some pressure back into mid lane with this tier 1. It's good split push pressure coming out for them that allows them to keep parity in this game.
And they've got the Coerce with the Fafnir. Should be putting that one onto Shank pretty soon. They've got a lot of tower damage coming through with this Jingwei and her attack speed increase from her knock-up. They're going to be able to get this tower, but they might pay for it here as Pandemonium is standing between them and their towers. Maxon takes a lot of damage, no execute available for Shank. Maxon rewinds right in front of Shank, prevents him from knocking himself up, but Shank gets there, eventually dashes away. Maxon should be able to get the kill, gets the stop time, secures himself the kill. Royal Custard being now pursued by Richard Castle and a Cheetah Rose here as well. Just waiting for the taunt into the death. He actually misses the taunt. Royal Custard nowhere to run though. Road picks himself up. Excuse me, yet another kill.
Maxon rewound there because it was low HP and wanted to get away from Royal Custard. And then miraculously found Shank in like one of the biggest coincidences I think I've ever seen. And when
it was lucky, but you know what they say about lucky? It's a combination of preparation and something else. I forget. It's a combination of preparation and patience. That's it.
I think it was just a massive coincidence. It's good play when you're already ahead and the look.
Players sound good.
I mean,
it's all skill, man. There's no such thing as luck. It's all skill. No RNG at all.
I mean, this isn't Hearthstone. What's RNG?
Yeah.
I mean,
all right.
if you're already ahead and the luck's going your way as well, you know that there's basically nothing the enemy team can do. But Maxon, he's been taking the spill here, eaten again. Every single execute from Royal Custard has given himself a kill.
And this is a little bit of what we saw Avant do against Royalty yesterday. Was they started to become a little bit too overconfident, a little bit too cocky. We saw Royalty in the second game get 2 early kills because Gruff and Rob Diggity were still thinking they were playing in the last game. And, you know, it might not be, you know, it's funny to say at 12.5 minutes in the game, it might be too late for Royalty to get back into this one, but, you know, this might be the window of opportunity that starts to open up the path towards getting back into this game.
I mean, it's always something to look forward to. It's always something to have as a goal, as a way to win the game. But Royalty, they have to clean up consistently. They have to make sure that they stay as a 5 from now on. Because every single time they've grouped up as a 5, every single time they fought as a unit, they've done better. They've managed to find wins, find pickoffs. They've actually managed to secure their own bust for the first time in forever.
Boros gets some nice tower damage down there, but he's low mana. He might be caught out by Max and Richard Castle. He dashes away. Richard Castle's here. Good walls here. Prevents the Goros from going anywhere. Roots him in place. Time Rift as well. A couple more basics from Max and will do it. Kill secured onto the Cupid and Rose up there. Pushing a wave already onto the tier 2 tower. So this is clearly the objective from Team Pandemonium.
But again, going into the Iggvile and Asi against a magical ADC, it's... Again, if he was against Ochita, if he roll swapped into the mid and then played against Ochita, that would have been fine. That would have been a good build. But again, just the Ig Files are not working out so well for them.
The Spiro taking so much damage, Dark Portal, and a basic attack from Richard Castle enough to secure the kill. Hazy's here, standing at the front of his tower, Draconic Form ultimate, just to keep the aggression off him for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be enough. Maxim rewinds. Hazy uses the Coerce, Road dashes in, looking for Shank, manages to get some damage down, doesn't have his taunt available, shield wall, but the airstrike is used from Shank to get himself away. Royal Custard trying to do some damage, but it's really not affecting Ro at this stage. He's 4 levels above and has a Void Stone online. Ro gets stunned out there by Hazy and knocked up by Shank, but all this time, Maxim and Ochita were doing the tier 2 tower.
The 3-man front line from Pandamonium is just too much for Royalty to handle at this point. As Max and Ochita, the two hyper carriers of the team, doing what they do best, which is taking down those structures. Kiki and Mew going to be caught up by the Fields of Love and the Hard Bomb stun. There is an execute available for Royal Custom, but he misses it, just not in threshold with Kiki and Mew.
He used the meditation to get himself just out of execute range. Oxform used there as well, knocks up 2. He actually gets a kill on the Gorus with the Oxform, but Kiki's going to fall here in just a second to Shank. Just trying to keep himself alive for now. Actually gets away through the minions, and Shank can't secure the kill onto Kiki. But Kiki, what are you doing? He's hanging around so long. He's looking to bait in Shank here. He's got so much damage online, and he gets the kill. Another one with the Oxform, but Ochita is actually the one to pick up the last hit of the kill with a basic attack.
I just noticed that they used double meditation to get Kiki Mew out there. Roll Custard going rid of it again onto Maxon and Ochita, but it's low. The Dark Portal was forced as well as the Water Illusion, but Bang over the wall. Not enough damage for the Blue Stone Pendant to get the kill. 6-1 and 1 for Kiki Mew, and the Sunwood Kong who's just gone off this game.
Alright, graphs tell a very grim tale for Royalty. 20,000 experience in the lead. Team Pandemonium, 13,000, nearly 14,000 gold, and it is grim. It is very, very grim.
I mean, Voidstone, Soul Reaver for Ro in the jungle as Athena. Only just finishing up his Obsidian Shard as Royal Custard. Athena is right now out-damaging Ao Kuang. But if you look at the player damage, you can see it's three members of Pandemonium at the top, followed by Royal Custard. And you expect the supports to be at the bottom. But it's just so much damage coming out for Kikiamiya, Ro, and Ochita. They're the ones that are really making sure that the fight's going Team Pandemonium's favor.
Royal Custard, you mentioned this is a pick, the Ao Kuang, that he's very comfortable with, and we can see, he's contributed nicely for his team. It always seems to be the case with, Royalty and Corvity that, there's always one person doing a lot of work, doing exceptionally, but just the pieces, they all never seem to click together. It's always just one person or the other doing well, but everyone else suffering around them.
But there's always going to be that one shining light in a team, no matter what. Because there's always going to be that one person that can do well. One person that's always going to be in the right place at the right time to get those little pick-offs, those little advantages which he can exploit. But speaking of exploiting, right side Phoenix, it's a goner.
It's alive for now, but not for long. Actually, it's already gone down now. Suspira gets taken down as well. Royal Custard trying to do the damage he can, but he's stunned out. Good walls here from Richard Castle, but a water illusion. Very nice of Royal Custard, gets him under the Phoenix. Tiger stun comes out from Kikiamiya, but an excellent ultimate from Royal Custard prevents him from doing the damage. And Kikiamiya might have to use his own ultimate here. No, he doesn't. Manages to walk out okay and stays in the Terror heal. And now they're taking up the Phoenix.
Down goes the second Phoenix of the game, 17 minutes in. Hazy nearly gets caught up by that Dark Portal as the Gorus also has to dash it away. They're confined to their base, they're confined to their fountain of royalty. The rest of the map belongs to Pandemonium, and there's nothing the royalty can really do about this right now. They need to have a good fight, and this could be their last hurrah.
Airstrike comes through from Shank. The Terror Heal is doing actually quite a lot here as the Spirit falls down. The Gorus is stunned out as well and eats a Jingu Bang from Kikiamiya. Royal Custard falls down, and I believe with that the last hope for Royalty falls down as well. Left-hand side Phoenix is being taken down. Tiger form used by Kikiamiya, but the Gorus manages to get away. Left-hand side Phoenix still alive for now, but it's being shredded fairly quickly by Team Pandemonium. They take it, and actually rather than looking to end, they're just going to back away.
With all three Phoenixes down, they could just wait for 5 minutes to start pushing up, and then to try and take the Phoenix from, try and take the Titan from there. Just a couple of waves from each lane going into the Titan, and the game's over. It's all up to Royalty now to defend as best as they can. And Pandemonium could just walk in and still take it. They have so much damage, so much defensibility on the rest of their team. And I was talking about it before, the double ADC comp, as well as Ao Kuang's Wild Storm proccing on hit effects, means that stuff like Hidden Anemian Line, stuff like Witchblade, stuff like Bugatti Mail are going to be so much more effective when we see one picked up by Richard Castle.
Alright, so Hazy stopped Kiki from back in there, and Kiki wasn't a fan of this move and is now bonking on Hazy's head, and Hazy should fall down. He uses the coerce to heal himself up a little bit, but Kiki, pretty relentless here, 9 levels above Hazy. Hazy never really had a chance, and Kiki puts him in the ground. And we see the Fire Giant being started up here by Team Pandamonium. They should get this one pretty cleanly. Just need to keep doing damage and confirm that one with the Wrath, which they do so. Kiki Mio teleports in. This should be game. I can't really see Royalty doing much from here.
Interesting decision from Royal Custard as well to sell his Dynasty Plate Helm and Obsidian Shards and then get a Royalty Hootie. It gives him more magical power, but the lack of penetration means he's going to suffer in damage, and he's going to suffer as well on the backside as Ochita gets a kill.
We're about to fall down as well. Maxon gets that one. No Phoenix is left here really to stop Pandamonium. Hazy's here, Draconic form, but Panda's just walked right by him. And now, as he comes back down after that transformation, he's picked up. Maxon gets himself a double. Now the Titan is the focus for Team Pandamonium. Nothing much really Thegoris or Shank can do here. Maxon trying to farm kills in the fountain. Might takes the damage himself. Kiki Rio dives the fountain. Titan falls down as well. 2-0 for Team Pandemonium. They secured themselves a spot at LAN, and they secured themselves #1 spot for this week.
Pandemonium versus Royalty ends pretty much as everybody expected it to, with Pandemonium on top in dominating fashion. Royalty, they had some flashes of brilliance in that game. They had combinations in the first game as well where they could have gone on to cause Pandemonium problems, but the lack of experience is really showing there for Royalty.
Alrighty, we're now going to be joined by the captain and jungler of Team Pandemonium, Ro. So Ro, you guys have secured yourself a spot at LAN, and you and Ochita have competed at every single LAN in the OPL. That's going to be 4 LANs with this one coming up. You know, talk to us a little bit about all that experience.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much our goal every split is to get to LAN with you, Husey. I think we're at number 5 for this one.
Yeah, five counting worlds. And then, you know, fingers crossed, 6 for both of us at Worlds later this year, hopefully. Yeah, so not really much to talk about with these games. Very similar to your matches against Legacy, I suppose, in that you guys are really starting to come together as a team, starting to flex your muscles and really kind of show yourselves off as the #1 team.
Yeah, I think we've obviously had 2 splits this split. And those were two weeks that we didn't really have a lot of practice, but this last week we've had a fair bit more practice, and if it continues that way, then I think we'll continue to improve. We're hoping to boot camp before this next LAN as well, and I think that will be our biggest improvement by far. And I don't know, it's just, I can only see up from here.
So next week is probably your biggest set of the split, you guys versus Avantgarde, and really it's the fight for the #1 seed at LAN. Is there anything special you're doing to prepare for that game, or are you just treating it like just another week?
It's just another week. Yeah, it decides between first and second, but I don't know the format for the LAN coming up yet, but either way, we wouldn't be versing Avant on that first day, so it wouldn't make a difference. It would just depend who we verse, like Alpha Sydney or Legacy, and I think we're doing pretty well versus both teams so far.
For Jackal, any questions for our guest?
Now that you have qualified for LAN, of course, huge congratulations to you for that. Does that change any of your preparations for the next few weeks? Do you go out and celebrate or anything?
No. We have a long list of things to work on as a team. I think, yeah, we're doing pretty well in the scene right now, but obviously we have our eyes on Worlds and at least top 4 or top 5 at Worlds, so I don't think taking a rest is really going to happen anytime soon.
Alright, before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, of course, shout out to the whole team. Shout out to Biggie, he's been helping us lately. He's coming on board as a coach. For those that don't know, he's obviously been casting lately as well, so he's doing a lot in the scene. Obviously, you, Husey. He has a good cast today, both of you, Alpha Jackal and Husey. And Razor, of course.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ro. We'll let you get back to the team now. Now we are joined by the mid laner from Royalty, Shank. So Shank, rough couple of games for you this week. And, you know, we talked to Thegoris yesterday, and he said you guys are really treating these as learning experiences. What have you kind of learnt from this week of games? What has your team got to improve on?
It's just feeling real Bradley at the moment. We're just, losing a lot of buff control. It's just not going right. You know, Typhon's having a bit of a rough, also Spirit's having a rough time, you know, getting dominated in lane. And we're just getting walked over, to be honest. It's not fun.
Well, you know, say you're getting walked over, and the growth is they say your focus is not so much on this split, but improving in time for next split. I just want to talk a little bit specifics here. What do you guys think specifically you need to do to improve? What are the targets for you that you guys are looking to achieve?
We at the moment we're having a lot of communication issues with comms, especially with target calling. So a lot of our flights like just really sloppy. Like we've probably everyone's noticed that, but like we've really just got to work on our comms, and that's really what we're pushing for at the moment. Just working on comms in scrims and stuff, and just pushing forward, and hopefully getting everything ready for next split.
Alpha, any questions for Shank?
Yeah, recently you have made this transition towards the mid role. How do you feel you've adapted to this new position?
Oh, mid's super fun. I wasn't really enjoying support anymore. I've just like every time in scrims we're suggesting like new gods to play, I'm just all down to play all the mid like gods. I don't really care. They're all fun. And Hazy's feeling the same way, so the switch was just right for us.
All right, and before we let you go, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, shout outs to the Royalty Org, pretty cool people, and shout outs to Bradley. Yeah, we wouldn't be here without Bradley, so love him.
All right, thank you very much, Shank. We'll let you go now. And that's going to do it for week number 5 here in the OPL. We have our first 2 teams confirmed for the Split 3 LAN. And, there's only 2 spots left to decide, really. And at the moment, it's looking like Alpha Sydney and Legacy next couple of weeks will determine those final spots. Next week is our final double week. After that, we go back to our standard 3-game-a-week format for the last 2 weeks. So 2 games on Saturday, 1 game on Sunday. And then after that, we have our Split 3 LAN, the regional finals, where a couple of high-res members are coming down for that one. That's on November 26th and 27th. So some more details coming out about that soon. Make sure you guys plan your trips for that one. And make sure you bring all your friends, or make sure you just organize a viewing party or something, because it's sure to be pretty explosive. A lot of teams show up on LAN like they don't in the regular split. We saw Avant do that last split, and maybe we'll see something again. But for everyone here at Cybergamer, thank you very much for tuning in for us this week, and we'll see you next time.